What's up, guys? Welcome back to Daily Driven Death Traps. So this is going to be a series where my dad goes over his car collection and I also touch base on a couple of my cars. We're going to call it Forgotten Vehicles Find a New Life. Welcome to it. Let's dive right in.
This is a 1968 International one-ton truck. It's the only truck that I have left from when I moved back here from California in 1985. I bought it when I was 13 years old from my neighbor, who we worked out in the woods as split makers. I wanted the truck. It has a big 6 in it, and it still runs. It just needs to change the tires. Tires are hard or expensive because they're 716s. I'm gonna repaint it again. I've already painted it once, and International is something that's getting kind of collective. The logging history of this truck was my neighbor Walt Lucas bought it, and he went back to Indiana and picked it up on the line. And actually, he bought a cat track that was strapped to the back of it, and we hauled shingle bolts, grape stakes, and posts. They called it split products out of the redwoods, and it worked really well. And when he retired, that's when I bought it. But we used it from well, he bought it in 1968 and I bought it in 1976. So all those years it was used every day for hauling grape stakes or shingle bolts. The shingle bolts they were about this long, about that big around, and they make redwood shingles out of them. We'd bring them to the mill, and we'd stack them way up in the air above the cab within legal limits. And this old girl, she'd stack them. And this truck, after I bought it, I put a cab over camper on it, took the bed off, and I built a cab over camper on the back of it, or had one, and I made it so it'd just be right on the back. I could slip it off, put the flatbed back on it. And I took this old truck up, believe it or not, up to Alaska, and it's also been down into Mexico. Oh shit. Still turned over. She still turns. The motor in this truck is what they call the Big 6. International. It has plenty of torque, plenty of power. Never had a problem with it. Never I'd go down the road about 60, 65 miles an hour, and back in those days when they put that 55 mile an hour speed limit on, that's what you could do anyway. It still has the old original oil bath air cleaner on it. It still has the little single carburetor on it. Oh, it'd probably get about 15 miles to the gallon. A funny story was, me and a buddy of mine took it up to Canada one time, and it was during the gas crisis in the late 70s. It was going back down the road, and there was a big old line of cars, and my gas cans were pretty much empty, and the tank only was down in the core of the tank. And back in those days, they had that gas crisis, supposedly. And so we were pulling alongside the road waiting, and here was this character alongside the road, kind of looked like a hippie. And he comes up to us, and he started talking to me and my buddy. Of course, we were younger guys back then. And he said, "What are you guys doing?" I said, "Well, we're waiting for gas." And he goes, "Well, hey man, you give me a ride, I'll give you a place where you can get all the gas you want." And I'm thinking, well, this guy's a fruitcake, man. What's he gonna do? Try to kill us or something? So we just took a chance, picked the guy up. We went up in those back roads out in the middle of nowhere, and here it was a hippie commune. And they're kind of a religious bunch, and they had all these goats all over the place. Goats and kids and hippies, old cars. Kind of, you'd see that back in the days. Well, they were making fuel out of wood. And I said, "Wow." He said, "Yeah." He said, "Oh, it'll run good in that old truck." I was kind of hesitant because I was afraid maybe it'd burn the valves, and I said, "Well, I'm gonna take a chance." I had some Behrman B12 with me and put some of that in it, and heck, it ran better on that than it did the fuel I bought out of the gas station. So anyway, that's the Big 6 for you. Oh, and it has a 4-speed big truck transmission. Like I said, she'll go anywhere.